Angie Bell with my fairy treasures. Okay, you guys, I am back with some DIYs. You guys, I've just been hauling a ton of crap like always, and I had said I was going to come back and show you guys some DIYs that some DIYs with all of the crap, not crap, all the stuff I've been hauling from Dollar Tree. So I got a lot of DIYs coming up. I just have some glue stuff, you know, hot glue things. It's just bothering me. Okay, so this is not the largest wooden heart, but it's there's a large and there's like a medium. So this is the medium one, and this is what I came up with. I saw some ideas on, I belong to Olivia's Romantic Home Group and also Our Green Acres home group on Facebook. And I saw people doing hearts and stuff like this, you know, something similar. So I was inspired by theirs. So this is my version. And I just want to show you, isn't that so cool, you guys? So I decoupaged a bunch of, you know, book pages, music note paper, blah, 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 blah. Then I took twine around so that I have like a little belly band to stick all kinds of vintage ephemera that I have Tim Holtz distress stained, envelopes, postcards, all that stuff. And then these are also from Dollar Tree. These are those Dollar Tree stickers, which dimensionals. You guys know I had a whole haul on these, bought tons. Well, I'm using them. This is a key. I used to sell these. Isn't that fabulous? And then a little brooch from my stash. So we're going to be making one of these in this video. And I'll tell you which heart we're going to use. We're going to use this heart here. Then the little small hearts. These right here, they come in these packs right here. I bought like 4 of these packs because I just had so many ideas to do with this year with these hearts. So that's what these are. Again, I did pretty much the same thing I did with the large one. I took my, I decoupaged all of them. Then I took the twine and then I made little envelopes, and I'll show you guys how to make these little envelopes. And then these little pieces are more like Dollar Tree stickers that look like the metal. They're cool stickers that they have, and they look very metal, like vintage. So we have that. Make sure that I'm in frame. Yeah. And then the other heart. Now this heart looks like these wooden hearts, but it's not the wooden hearts. What these are, see the back of it? I take the Dollar Tree long signs, and I like to put them together and use them as a like a nice big surface to add other things onto. So I'm trying to think of what you call something like that, like a substrate. So you can make like your own Dollar Tree sign out of it, but a bigger one. So you put the long signs together, and on the back of those were these hearts. And they had burlap on them. So then I saw someone else on, I think it was one of the groups I'm in. I think it was Our Green Acres. I saw someone do one and put buttons all over it, and she used like I think she used a cereal box and had cut a bunch of hearts out. And I just happened to have these ones that I ripped off the back before I was going to make a huger sign out of it. So that's where I got these. But you can take these and you can use the wooden ones. You can use a cereal box and make these. So, and even with this idea, you don't have to buy the wooden pieces. But you know what? You get so many. You guys get 8 for $1 in a pack. I think it's worth buying it. And plus then you're working with wood, so it's really sturdy. So, okay. So now you guys know, and this is what they looked like before. So it was, I think 2 of them came on the front of the heart sign, of the Valentine's long sign. The real long ones, the longest ones they have. And I ripped them off, and then I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I go, girl, save these. You know you're going to do something. And then I found something to do. Okay, so we're going to make this, and we're going to make these, all 3 of these. Okay, so we're going to start off first with, we need to decoupage on the back of here. So, let me see, that might be in the way. Let's start decoupaging these. Let me get, hopefully my glue is not, yeah, perfect. Sometimes my decoupage medium is like all stuck together. Let me get some baby wipes going, because we're dealing with glue, so you know it's can get kind of sticky. Make sure you pick up your baby wipes from Dollar Tree. They're great to have in the craft room or the art studio. Okay, as we all know, stating the obvious. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm in frame. Okay. I was looking at Olivia's romantic home at her latest Dollar Tree haul. Let me take my iPad and put that away so I have more room. Okay. Now I don't feel so squished up. Okay. So let me put these down here. Just a second. Oh, I hate slamming that on the ground, but I need that out of my way. All right, let me get this pile. Okay, so what I have here is I have a bunch of stuff that I can collage with, right? This is some Tim Holtz paper. You know, I'm not going to go through everything I have here. I got a bunch of stuff, and I'll use it, and I'll let you know about it as we go along. So the first thing I'm going to start out with is book pages. And one thing I love is book pages that are old and stained up. Aren't those fabulous? They look so vintage. So we'll start out with book pages. And another thing I'm going to do, you guys, I didn't do it on my other ones. I'm going to take you can take a little bit of brown acrylic paint, or you can take a little bit of like if you have like an ink, like this is an incredible Jane Davenport ink, and I'm going to add that to my decoupage medium so that we're staining at the same time, like making everything look a little more vintage. So I just took some glue. I'm going to add a little bit of this brown, it's called Hot Cocoa, Jane Davenport's Hot Cocoa Incredible Inks, and add that to this, and it'll give it a nice little brown stain. See? Am I going to like that? Let me see. Oh yeah, I love it. Okay. I might even make it a little bit more. I have some other, yeah. I feel like I want to, let me just add, I'm going to add, this is a Ria Breeze. It's another ink. Just going to add a little bit more to this to make it a little, yeah, that brown seemed a little bit, maybe, we'll see how we go, how it goes. We'll adjust it if we need to. Okay, so I didn't do that on the one I just showed you, but I wanted to, and I had just forgotten. So here we go. And if I don't like this brown that we're about to look at, about to use, then I will we'll make adjustments here. So let's just see. I'll tell you one thing I like about it. You can tell where you have your decoupage medium, and I make my own decoupage medium out of Elmer's glue. I use Elmer's. Yeah, you guys, this is gonna be too dark, so we need to make some adjustments. No major. I'm just gonna cut that back a little bit right now. Okay, so I'm gonna get another plate here. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna put that aside and just start working with just the clear glue. But anyway, if you get it right before you start your video, like you should, you can add a little bit of ink, just a little bit, or a little bit of brown paint, and you can just work with your glue like a little bit stained. Like I said, I put too much in that one, and just for the sake of the video, I'm not going to keep trying to adjust it at this point. So we'll just continue on. No major. I like how, after I wiped it off, I like how that looks, so. The idea was right. I just didn't prepare in advance for that. So like I said, no major. So let's do book pages, and I also have some handwriting, like a letter. So we're going to do that. What I'm doing when you hear me ripping, I'm just ripping all the white off, because who wants the white on? Who wants to see any white? You just want to see the print. Okay, so let's put that here. And oh, I should talk about that. I go over the edges, so once it's dry, then I just cut around. This way I can just move fast. I don't have to worry about trying to match up edges and stuff like that. So this is way better than that, not having to try to match up any edges. So just go right over the edge. Perfect. You know? Okay. And I also have music notes in this pile. Where's the music notes that I want to use? Do I have any little pieces of music note paper sitting here? This is always my MO. Music notes, book pages, dictionary pages, like little things that look like love letters, Asian newspapers. And I just always keep a pile of that right next to me, because when I'm doing my mixed media, or I'm doing stuff like this, and this is actually mixed media, right? So we're just doing mixed media. Instead of doing it in a art journal, we're doing it on a, on this heart, which I think is fabulous. I leave the bottom of the heart alone for a little bit, because so I can hold on right here. Okay. Add some more. Okay. Let's put the book page right there. And it's kind of cool that, see, from that stain that I was going to try to put in the glue, it's picking up a little bit here and there, which is kind of cool. See how it's smearing and picking up? So cool. Love it. Okay. More of the writing. Eventually I get down here where I can't hold on to it, which is fine. Book pages. And a little bit of the and at the very, very bottom, we'll do book page. Okay. And so then, let's go into a little bit more stuff. I have, okay, this right here is so cool. This is from, this right here is, it comes on a roll from Daiso. I've talked about it a million times in my mixed media videos. It comes on a roll from Daiso, and they call it wrapping paper. And it's in between a dryer sheet and a napkin, okay? So treat it just like you do a napkin. Isn't it fast? But look how vintage it is. Oh, this stuff is fabulous. Love it. And when I'm doing my mixed media in my art journal, or I'm doing a picture on canvas or on whatever I'm doing it on, I always start out with collage like this on my backgrounds. And it's probably my favorite thing to do. There's a lot of decisions. It's just relaxing. You just kind of, you know, get to work freely and see what looks good. So I'll put this here. And you don't have to be worried about covering anything up when you use this, because it's just like a napkin. You see all the layers below it. So you're all good with putting it on top of something that you like, because now you're going to see underneath, you're going to see that plus what's underneath it. So it takes that fear out of like covering up too much, which I don't ever fear that anyway. I've done this enough now that covering some things up and having some things peekaboo through is the magic. So I don't even worry about that anymore. Okay, I love this flower. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to put this right here. Again, this is Tim Holtz tissue paper, and I love it. I'll show it to you. Oh, this little birdie. So this is Tim Holtz tissue paper right here. Isn't that fabulous? This is a little birdie. I wonder if that should go. You know, let's just put that right there. It was stuck on there from last time when I was doing stuff. Oh, absolutely love this. Okay, did I use everything I wanted to use on here? Yes, I did. Okay, so this has to dry, right? And then once it, you know, I got to put a little piece of paper there. And then once it dries, then you just cut around and all the excess off, and you'll see the heart shape. Okay, so let me take this. You guys are going to hear this hit the ground behind me, because that needs to dry. Okay, now let me take a baby wipe and wipe up this glue. Before it gets too hardened on my glass mat. You can get it off, but then, you know, you gotta start scraping, so I'd rather not scrape. Okay, so now let's do the little small one. I was trying to work the little small one at the same time, but that's okay. So let's take the small and put our glue all over it. Except the very, very bottom, so I can kind of hold on to things for a little bit till we get started. All right, same MO. Flip pages. Do I have any of the... I'm going to throw a little Asian in there too. This is Asian newspaper, a little piece of it. Look how cool the Asian writing looks. Isn't that fabulous? Love it. Alright, so there we go. And we'll go this here. And when you make these little hearts, you can use them for so many things. You can stick them in, like, you know, if you're going to do like a little arrangement of Valentine stuff, in like a little basket, or a little square basket, or a 3-tier tray. They can go in there. You can put them on. A lot of people are doing Valentine's trees, or they're decorating their tree for every season. You can do that because they have a little hole at the top. You can hang them that way. There's just so many things that you can do with all of this, with these little hearts. Oops, you know what? I didn't have any glue on the bottom of there. There we go. Now we do. Okay. Let me see if I have any more of that love letter. Yep, I sure do. So we'll put that love letter right here. Actually, let's rip off the excess. Okay. And I don't have any music note in here, so let's just rip off a little bit of music note and put a little music note in here somewhere. Put a little music note right here at the bottom. Okay, again, what you're going to do is you're going to let this dry, and once it dries, then you'll cut around, you'll turn this over, and you'll cut all that out. Okay? So now we're done with that one. And we'll let that dry. Alright, so now we're done with all of our... To me, see, I'll tell you something. I'm going to show you something real quick. This is just a stack full of happiness, in my opinion. Look at all this. This is just all my stuff like this I love to throw in the background before I get started doing my mixed media. Whether I'm doing art journaling, whether I'm working on a piece of canvas, whatever. I always start out. This is my base. I always start out with stuff like this first. I love it. Okay. Before I bring on the next step, let's clean this up. In fact, you know what? Let me spray my water bottle, and then we're going to get a paper towel out. Just to really clean this off so we don't have glue everywhere. On top of all of that, let me get a fresh baby wipe for my hands. Okay. It's better if you clean up in between like I'm doing. For one, your glass mat won't, you know, have so much crap on it. And then you're not sticky while you're trying to work, you know. I hate that. Okay, so this is what this looks like. Once it dries, this is what you have. And you've cut around the edges. See, you cut around the edges. That's what I have there. And then once you cut around the edges on the small one, then it looks like that. Isn't that fabulous? I love it. Okay, so let's work on this one first. So now it's time to decorate. Okay, so we're going to decorate the big one first. Okay, remember I showed you this one had twine going across this way? I do want to try something else. It's going to be the same concept with the all the like the envelopes and love letters and stuff like that. But I want to try something else. I saw this on and I think it was Our Green Acres on her Facebook group that I'm in. If you don't belong to Our Green Acres Facebook group and Our Green Acres YouTube channel, go join her. She's awesome. I love her channel. I love her ideas. Me and her we just have so many similar style. I love her stuff. Absolutely love it. All right, just a second, you guys. I got to put a lid on my glue. Get rid of a few stickies. We're not going to be working with stickies right now. We're working with fabrics now. Okay, and also I have my hot glue gun heated up because I will need that in a second. Okay, so I have some lace here. This is actually some vintage lace. Do you need vintage? Absolutely not. It's just what it's the first thing I found in my craft room. So I saw this one girl in the group, and she had put some lace on here, and I just thought it was so pretty. So let's go like this. Okay, and it creates like a little belly band at the end. And this happens just to fit perfectly. Isn't that cool? It's just, I didn't even plan that. Okay, so we're going to cut it off here. And this is how I like to work. I love mixing so many different things together. I think it's fabulous. All right, so we need to glue this onto the edges. So let me get my glue gun. Thank goodness I already have heated up. It better be heated up. And we'll start it right here. Okay. This is going to go right here. Okay, and I love these. I got this one from Daiso because Daiso sells pink ones, but Dollar Tree carries these too. It's just a, you know, the spatula for baking, but they're fabulous for, doing this so you don't burn your damn fingers. Okay, so where does this end up at? Right here. Okay. They have those finger protectors at Dollar Tree. You might want to try those too. I'm going to get them just to try them. But I almost think they'd be a hassle. I don't know. Okay. And then let's turn it around. So I love that I'm showing you a couple of different ideas of doing these. So you saw the other idea with the twine, to be able to, you know, to make like a little belly band with twine. And now you're seeing how to make kind of like a pocket with some lace. So now you're getting a 2-for-1. You're getting a couple ideas. And then this just goes like this. Right? And then turn that back around. And then see, now you have a little pocket that you can put that stuff in. Okay. Okay. And then, so then from here, let me just look at my old one. I just want to see what I did. Some of the things. Okay. Let's look and see the stuff we want to put in here. See, I have a bunch of ephemera that I've created. I like to put these in art journals, junk journals. So this is a bunch of ephemera that I already have ready to go for things like this. Like this. This is like a library pocket. That can go in here. Okay. And we're going to stick them to one side more so that at least half the heart's showing. I have this cool tag I've made. That'll go in here. Okay. What else do I have? What I want to put in here. Look at this cool tag with calligraphy. That might just go in the pocket. Yes, and it fits in the pocket, so we'll do that. Hopefully I have some envelopes in here, like regular, like love letter looking envelopes. I may not. I may have used them all right now. We'll see. We'll see what I have. I have a lot of cool stuff in here. Just a second, guys. Sorry. Just seeing what I want to use. Okay. This right here is really cool. This is just a tag that I made out of like the directions from a pattern and sewn all together to be like a tag surface. And then I ripped off another piece of paper, and this is all Tim Holtz Distress inked, and I made it into a pocket, like a library pocket. See? And then these are just all kinds of cool tags that I made, and that can go in there too. Okay? So I see, the thing about it is this is really, maybe the tags won't go. Yeah, I think the tags aren't going to go. Well, I don't want too much stuff in here. You know what? Let me show you something else I want to do. Because I want something that looks like an envelope. So let's create an envelope really quick. So let me move this out of the way. You can take some Tim Holtz Distress ink. What you do is you take some Tim Holtz Distress ink, like this, or the oxides. I do a mixture of inks and oxides. Put them on your mat like this. Spray it with water, okay? And you can take another color. You can take 2 or 3 colors. This is Distress Oxide. Some are oxides, some are inks. Oxides, they oxide out and look like there's an oxidation going on. Put that down. You could put 2 or 3 colors like this down. Wet it with water, and then you go like this. And that's how I got this. Okay? I have videos on distressing. You can look below with distressing your paper. So, this right here can be turned into an envelope easily. So, let me show you how easy this can be turned into an envelope. Like that. And then you just fold this down here, like that. Okay, you already got an envelope, right? To make it just look a little bit nicer, I like to take my corner chomper and chomp the ends on each side. Alright, that's kind of curling up, so it wasn't fitting in here. Alright, come on. There we go. And it just takes the ends and just rounds those off. Now, to make it even more like a true envelope, we can take double stick tape, which you can get at Dollar Tree, right here. Okay. Get this in your life. The double stick tape from Dollar Tree is the bomb. If you go anywhere else, Tuesday Morning sells it for $1.99, which is a good deal. You get a good amount on your on the roll, and it works awesome. So get this double stick tape in your life. I try to keep 10 rolls of it on hand at a time. And I know that sounds obnoxious, but I use it so much. And if you go to Michael's, Joann's, any of that, you're going to pay like $3 or $4, $5 for it. So I remember the first time I was looking for it, there was a brand called Score Tape. And I paid like $6 at a craft store, because I couldn't even find it like at Michael's or Joann's. This was probably 8 years ago when it first come out. Or at least, I don't know if it just had first come out, but it, you know, people were using it. And it was that brand, because that was basically, they didn't have too many off brands, or any, I didn't find any off brands at that time. And just scored a little bit to get it to be attached. And so $1 a piece now, that's why I go crazy. And if Dollar Tree ever decides not to carry it, or they're out of it, at least I have a nice stash. So I'm just looking for something to get this tape up with. I usually have this little metal piece. Where is it? Dang it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So you probably can't see it right now, but I'm taking the top off of the white tape. And just to get it to start lifting up, I use my this little scraper thing that I have. I had another tool I like better than this to do this, to lift up the tape to start to lifting up. Not the tape, but I'll show you this thing. You take this off. I don't know what the heck you would call that, but I had something I liked better for that, so you take that off. But I can't find that little tool. I'm sure it's sitting right here in front of my face at my desk. I don't ever put it anywhere. Don't you hate that? You can't find something when you need it, but it's probably sitting right in front of your face, which is why you can't find it. Okay, so now we've created ourselves a little envelope. Isn't that fabulous? That quick. Okay, so bring our thing back. And now we have an envelope. Okay. And that's what I kind of want it to look like. I want it to look like these tags and this library envelope, and then a regular envelope. And that looks fabulous. Okay, so that's what we have so far. And then I love these. These are what I love. I got these from Dollar Tree. These metal looking stickers. These are stickers, you guys. These are not stickers. These are fabulous. Okay? Ridiculous. These are both the same. I've been using this. We're going to put some stuff up here at the top. Here's another sample of those. Aren't they fabulous? When you see these, pick up 3 or 4 of each and have them in your stash ready to go if you do work like this, because They don't always have them. Another one that these are the newest ones. Look at these. Aren't those perfect for journals, for junk journals, art journals? Oh, tags, whatever. There was a clear one with a clear stone. I used that one. And then bam, with keys. Okay. So you guys get what I'm talking about. So go to your stash, find some stuff you can embellish with. If you don't have these, you have other stuff, I'm sure, in your stash. In the corner here, what do I want to put? Let's put forever, because it's a heart, like I love you forever. That'll be a really cool little sentiment. I picked up 4 or 5 packs, and it was all the packs they had, and I would have bought more. And let me tell you why. I am going to use these so much, like especially on my junk journals. On the front cover, it'll be so perfect. You can put them on tags. You can put them on things like I'm doing right now. There's just so many ways to use these. And these are so Tim Holtz. Tim Holtz sells these, and they are not $1, you guys. You'll pay like $5 for a pack of something like that. Okay, so I have that forever there. And then I want to add one more thing on. I wish I had another clear. I'm thinking about a key somewhere. Let's use this one, this greenish one. It looks kind of, this one. Does not look very, looks just vintage. Don't want that to go like right here, right here. We're going to put this one here. And then I'm going to put a key. Let me open this up. I haven't even opened this pack up yet. And let's put a key. I'm trying to think if I want this key or this clear key. Let's try this one. And then put like that. Yeah, I love that. So are you guys seeing that? Look how cool that looks. Doesn't that look cool? Love it. Looks so vintage. And you wouldn't even think that these were stickers. You would think that these are metal pieces. They're stickers to be made look like metal. So they are ridiculous. And I am seriously obsessed with them. So that's how that's going to be. And then I want to put, like, I think a bow right here at the on the bottom. So let's create a bow. And we're going to create a bow. Oh, another thing I wanted to try. I don't know. No, I don't think I do. Okay, she did this with another one. I saw this on our Green Acres on the Facebook group. They took some of this type of stuff and they had put this in there. So let me see if I have my, oh man, oh cool. I need some wire cutters to cut some of this off. Because the whole thing can't go in there, but maybe with a couple of pieces. So let's see if that'll look good in here. Oh, this looks cool. And just putting some in on the side like this. Oh, I love it. Love it. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Oh, I just love it. I wonder if it would look cool to have it hanging. You know, I think just right here in the corner just looks really, really neat. So we'll just leave it like that. And let's do a bow. And we're going to do bows I learned from... I've made them before, but she kind of reminded me of these type of bows from our Green Acres. She makes bows like this all the time. So this is a piece of drop cloth from like Home Depot, and it's so nice and thick, you guys. You can buy, and you get a ton of it. I think it's a great deal for like $8. You can buy some of it, and yeah, it's just a great deal. So pick up a big, huge thing of drop cloth. the canvas drop cloth, not the plastic, of course. And you can make bows out of it. You can make some hearts, stuffed hearts, which I'm going to do a video on. I just made a bunch of those. You can do so much with the drop cloth. And you'll have a ton of fabric for really good money. Because you know how it is at the Joann's or at Joann's or Hobby Lobby, you pay, you know, $5, $6, $7, $8 a yard. Well, you're getting yards. Like, I don't know how many yards when you buy it like that. A lot. Okay, so I'm just gonna see about this bow here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and kind of measure it up to the piece you're working on. That's why I'm not even going to tell you, you know, the size I'm using, because just measure it up to your piece of how big you want the bow. But anyway, let me just make sure again. Yeah. So take your piece out, cut it like this, and then use some hot glue. And the other thing I like about the drop cloth, the canvas drop cloth, it is, it's kind of thick, so, it's pretty thick so that you, it's nice, it's a nice sturdy bow. Okay, so this is one part of the bow, and then I wanted to add something else on top. I want to add some lace on top. Let me look at the time situation. Yeah, we're doing good. Where's the lace that I had? Is it underneath here? What did I do with the lace? Told you. All this is right in front of my face, but you know. Okay, here we go. What do I have sitting here? All right, we can make a bow out of this. Isn't this cool? These were old-fashioned, what are these? I forgot what these are. Needle or thread spools. I think that's what they used to do when they were doing in factories. Anyway, I love these. Aren't they fabulous? And this came on here. It's a long story, but anyway, it came on a bunch. This vintage lace came on these spools. Love it. Like I said, I think it was like old mills where they made thread, and they used these, and it would go on. When they made the thread, it would be threaded onto this. I think they're bobbins. That's what they're called. They're called bobbins. Wooden bobbins. Love them. I have a whole bunch I got from a garage sale. And the story is, the lady had died. And had passed away. And her daughter was selling all of her vintage laces, and a lot of them were wrapped around these bobbins, and I got a bunch of other stuff. So I call this lady my fairy godmother. I don't know who she is, but the reason I call her that is because we just love the same stuff. I mean, everything that this lady showed me that her mother had, I loved. And she loved selling everything to me. She goes, you know why I love selling all this to you? Because you love it like my mother did. It was a really neat experience. This is all happening at a garage sale. It was crazy. And I was trying to be extra sensitive because, I'm like, this lady's going to break down. Oh my God. I mean, this is her mother's stuff. And she goes, and I asked her, I said, are you okay with selling it? And I understand if, and she goes, no, this isn't my thing. She goes, and I want it to go to somebody. This is what I hoped, is that it would go to somebody who really enjoys crafting and enjoys this old, these old type of things. And she could tell that I'm obsessed. I love stuff like this. So she was happy. So that made me feel good. Okay, so we're going to bunch this together in the middle with a piece of twine. Like this. So let's find the middle. In fact, let's go like this so we can find the middle. There we go. There's the middle right there. And we're going to bunch this together. And when you do the bunching, it creates the bow. And I'm still not. You want to cut it, you want to go halfway, and I'm still not halfway. So it's even, so you have enough bow on each side. So let me stop talking so I can focus. And the easiest way, in my opinion, is to use, if you have it, use the pipe cleaner. Even better, if you only have, this stuff, your twine. If you only have twine, that's fine, but you're going to find it so much easier if you have, you're going to find it so much easier if you can use the pipe cleaner. Sorry, you guys, I'm trying to talk and do this all at the same time. So we have this bow out of this fabric. Look how fabulous this looks. This could be, you know what, the top part needs to be over a little bit further. Just a second, let me undo this for a second. I need to make adjustments. Just a second, people. Okay, now we're good. Hopefully I still got this in the right spot. All right, do I have this all adjusted? Good enough. You know what? See, I'm still... All right, you guys are seeing in action me get frustrated. All right, everything's even on both. You're trying to get everything even on both sides. Okay. All right. And hopefully I've been in frame that whole time. Let me just check. Yes, I have been. Sorry you had to watch me struggle for a second. I hate to struggle on camera, but you know what? Sometimes it's best that people see that, because then they're like, okay, she's not perfect. She's not doing it perfectly. She has problems too. Of course we all have problems. And then you get to see how to fix it. So that's important. Okay, so now I want to cut this off, the excess. And sometimes you need little pieces of pipe cleaner, so I just kind of put those aside and save them. Cut some strings off. So now we have this bow. Isn't this fabulous? And we can fluff it up here in just a second. But to cover that up, you can leave it, or we could cover it up with another piece of fabric, or another piece of lace, whichever we want to do. Don't want to cover it up with this. Oh, that's gonna be gorgeous. So I'm gonna cover it up with another piece of this lace. I could have used the fabric, or I could use the lace, and I'm gonna use the lace on this. So let's get our hot glue out and cover up the pipe cleaner. Also, this fabric here, the drop cloth, you can also coffee stain it if you want. And I need to coffee stain a bunch of it. I just haven't done it. I just actually pulled it out of my stash. I've had it for a long time. When I was watching Green Acres, she uses it all the time. And I thought, oh, I need to pull that out of my garage. I was actually using it for a backdrop when I did my Etsy pictures for a while. But now I use something else. So I wasn't even using it at all. But I knew I could use it as fabric. I had that in my head. I just hadn't pulled it out. It was just in my garage in a big, huge tub. And after I saw our Green Acres do it, I was like, you know what? I need to pull that out and start using that as fabric. Fabulous. And then we can also just kind of go like this and puff that up a little bit. Okay. And as you can see, it's still on one side to me, a little uneven on that bow. But like Olivia's Romantic Home says, give yourself grace. And isn't that the damn truth? You're always trying to make everything so perfect and driving yourself nuts. And nobody's seeing all that. They're really not. Okay, so let's put that there. Oh, you know what we need to move out of the way? All of our stuff. Let's move that out of the way. Put that bow on. And then put this in between so it doesn't glue down to the heart. And then this way we can just press that down. Okay. There we go. And then we might want to put like a little stone or something on here. See, I have a whole little thing of broken pieces of jewelry, things I buy. Okay. Oh, that looks gorgeous right there. I'll have to decide if I want to use that piece for that or not, though. Don't want to put that on there. But these are all the little fun decisions that you get to make. That could be really pretty on there too. My problem is all this stuff is so pretty. A lot of times I'm like, oh, I don't want to use that yet. Oh, I don't want to use that yet. Well, it's like, when the hell are you ever going to use it? You're like, I want to say that for a special project. Which project isn't special? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use that look. This is a broken piece of a bracelet. So don't throw anything away, you guys. Just have little things like this. Just broken bits of jewelry and bits and stuff. And you always have something for projects like this. If you go to garage sales, thrift stores, and you see little broken pieces of jewelry, if you see a jar full of broken jewelry, pick it. Especially if you can get it for a good price, pick it up. Fabulous. Let me just show you that. Look how cool that looks. Love it. And there'll be pictures of everything, you guys, at the end. Close up. Okay, so let's try putting everything back in here. Our envelopes and all of our stuff. Let's just get this full as we can have it and kind of spread out a little bit, but not too much because we still want to see our stuff over here. Let's put our little picks in. And oh, I love it. Absolutely love this. The other thing I might do is, I won't do it on camera because it'll take too much time, but add some burlap fringe at the bottom here, like this, and maybe have some keys hanging down, or do some fringe hanging down from this, and then had keys hanging on it. But you know, you can keep embellishing till the cows come home. So, but this is how this one's ending up. Look how fabulous that is. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's all from those wooden hearts. Now there's a large one, and then there's like a medium sized one. This is the medium one. So, and you could do it with the large one too. Oh, I absolutely love this. This just looks so vintage. Ah, love it. Okay, so now let me look at our time situation. We'll make this go quick because we'll go for an hour and 15 minutes. The heart. That's what I want to show you next. What did I do with that one? Where's the heart that I decorated? What did I do with it? Oh, here they are. It wasn't just a heart, it was hearts. Okay, so this one here. How I did this one. This is just really quick and easy. I told you I'll show you how to make these little envelopes. So let me show you how to make these little envelopes. Okay. And if you have to, you can hot glue these envelopes in, which is what I'm probably going to do so they don't keep moving. I'm going to hot glue these in. Okay, not now though. Okay, so let me show you how to make the envelopes. Remember how I told you to make that, how to make this distress paper? Okay, so let's make some mini envelopes. So, there, and probably about right there for the flap. Oh, okay, let's do that, and then let's do this. Sorry, I was probably almost off camera there. Now we're going to make little small envelopes, okay? So we have the envelope there, right? And then this is the flap here, but we need to trim that flap a little bit. Let's trim the flap off about that much. Okay. That just kind of gives us the, about where we want to trim off that flap. And if you were to, we need to trim off that flap a little bit more. If you were to go and buy little envelopes like this, it cost you $4 or $5 to buy a little pack of envelopes when you can just make them this quickly yourself. And they'll be way cooler. Okay, so now we're like this, right? So now they need to be small ones, right? So here's little small envelopes, right? We'll make this one a little longer. And we'll make that one, we'll just put that about right there. So now we have all of these small little envelopes, right? I actually want to make them a little bit even smaller. Just a second. Okay, so look at that one. That one's that small. What I want is I want them to be a little bit narrower, more narrow. So I'm just remaking them. You guys are getting the point, but okay. And then fold that over so you have the flap, right? So there's that one. There's this one. Again, I want this one to be a little more narrow. Okay, so these are the little small envelopes so far. And this one can stay this big here. In fact, I want this to be like that. Okay, and then we have this one. Okay, and see if I want to make another one out of this. Nope. Nope, we're good with that. So we have these four here. The other thing I'd like to do, and I don't know if you guys are seeing it, on the flap, just cut the edges off, just how we did, we corner chopped the edges on the other envelopes. I just like to do that, but you can just do it with the scissors because these are little small envelopes. Now on these little small ones, I'm not even going to tape them together, the sides, because they're going to stack up and go on this heart. So you don't even have to glue up the sides. Remember how we put the tape on the sides? On the large ones, because they're just going to go in the pocket. People just think that the sides are, you know, of course, glued or taped up. So now we have 4 little envelopes. Okay, they're going to go in here. Okay, so that's how you do the envelopes. Now let's take our twine. And if you want to use twine on the big one, this is how I did it. I took it and put a little hot glue down first, right here. Is this where I want this at? Just a second. Yeah, it doesn't matter. just have this stuck a little bit, because then that way it'll make it easier for you to wrap going around. So now we're going to wrap this twine around. Hopefully I have enough twine here. There we go. Like this. Okay. And we'll wrap one more way around and end up with it back here on the back. And then we'll hot glue this down. And this just helps, this just helps the this stay in place. Just a second, you guys. Someone's at my door, so just a second. Okay, you guys, sorry about that. I have somebody come to the house to fix our dishwasher. Anyway, off camera, I did a little bit of work off camera just to finish up, because this video is running kind of long, like usual. I went ahead and I took all of those envelopes that we did, and I bundled them together, just kind of, this way and that way, and I hot glued them all together. Then I put them inside of here, and I hot glued them inside of the little belly band. Okay, so that's where we're at with that. Then, remember we had these stickers that look like metal pieces? I'm taking this one right here. Isn't that fabulous? Look how rustic it looks. I love it. I'm going to put that right up here in the corner of this heart. And if you want, you can use some hot glue if you think it's not going to stick. It's sticking just fine. Well, you know what? No, it's not. Some of them stick fine and some don't. So, do what you need to do. I'm going to throw a little hot glue on here. And I kind of like that it went behind the envelopes a little bit, so it kind of all looks very together. I like when things kind of overlap. And then on here, we have like this little, looks like almost like a little button. I love that. So let's put this little button right here. So it kind of puts a little button on the whole thing. Okay. That fit just perfect. And that's all from these metal these stickers that look like metal. So you guys get these in your life, all of this, when you see these, okay? And if you do a lot of work, mixed media, if you do a lot of work, you do crafts, pick this kind of stuff up. I pick up 3 or 4 packs of each when I see things like that, sometimes more. So let me just show you these hearts. Look how fabulous that looks. Isn't that awesome? So we have this one. Now this one, I showed you at the beginning. I went ahead and added this button here from my stash. This was an actual button. And then that's the metal stickers from Dollar Tree. I added that. And then on this one, I added, I think I just added this when I was off camera. Added this piece, see? And then added this from the, these are both metal stickers. Stickers to make it look like metal. And not just metal, they look vintage. These are so Tim Holtz. If you're to buy sticker packs like this that look like metal, or even little metal pieces, it'll cost you like probably $5. So this is like getting that Tim Holtz look without paying the Tim Holtz price. So look how fabulous that is. Yeah, absolutely love this. And then there is a hole in here, so you can poke a hole right through here if you need to hang them, okay? So we have those. Last thing I want to show you is, remember the button one? Let's just show you a couple of, just for just a minute. We're not going to cover the whole thing, but we'll just add a few buttons on here so we can get started, so you can kind of get that idea going in your head. Let me bring my glue gun up here. I had my glue gun down there. I need it up here. Okay. So, I have my heart. You can make this out of a piece of cardboard, a cereal box. You can use the wooden ones, which is, or you can tear the hearts off, the heart signs, the long heart signs. You can use the wooden pieces. Okay, so here's your base. So all you do is I have a bunch of buttons. I'm a button collector. I always, when I see buttons anywhere, I pick them up. Dollar Tree sells buttons too. And because I had so many, I wasn't picking them up. But you know what? I looked at my button stash. I'm not really getting low, but I'm kind of getting low on just a variety of what I like. So, I'm going to start here in the middle and you just add buttons on. So next time I see them, especially if they're in the browns, I'm going to pick them up. Or if they're in the blacks or browns, colors I like to use for my vintagey type of stuff, which is when I usually use buttons, is for stuff that I want to look kind of vintage, like all the stuff we're doing right now. And this is it. So you just take your glue gun. Now, on the wooden ones, I'm sure it will look good on the wooden, but if you want, you might want to cover this with a book page first. And I wouldn't put decoupage medium over it. I would just glue it right on top of the book page, because it'll adhere better to that than if you put decoupage on top. You might want to do that. You might want to just brush it real quick with some white paint or some brown paint, or maybe just this will look fine. So you may need to make a little adjustment that way. You could put burlap on one. You could put burlap on it. Put burlap on the whole thing and then cut around and take the burlap. And then it's the easiest way to do it without having to try to match it up. Just put burlap, put glue on it, put a piece of burlap on the whole top of it, turn it around, then cut around. And then you can have burlap hearts like I do. So if I want to make more burlap hearts, that's what I'll do once I run out of these. If I want to make more. So this is it. So you're just adding your buttons. And if you do see the buttons at Dollar Tree, they don't have them there all the time. So if you see them, I would pick them up. And I would pick up a lot. I would pick up, you know, if you don't have a button collection already, you can really get your button collection started with Dollar Tree. I'd pick up 4 or 5 packs, and then you'll have a lot of buttons. You'll have a nice little stash of buttons. And this isn't even all of them. I have a big, huge milk glass bowl full of buttons. So I still have a lot, but just my variety isn't as immense as it once was. So I didn't buy mine. I've never bought them at, like I said, at the dollar store. At the time I saw them, I didn't need any more buttons. So, and a lot of times I've seen them more than in the craft section. I've seen them by the register for some reason. So make sure you're always checking by the register for things. For these buttons, but not just buttons, for lots of things. There's a lot of good stuff at the register. I even check all the aisles where there's no cashier, which is the easiest way to check. I either do it first or I do it last. Okay, I'm just trying to get all these. So this is what I have. So you just fill the whole thing up. Okay. And then, once you fill it up, you end up with something like this. And I just think it looks so cool. When I seen it, I was like, that's just genius. Just cover something up, cover up a heart with buttons. And you can do that with anything. You guys, I have some, just to show you really quickly before I let you guys go, I have some bunnies. And you can buy the bunnies also. You get 8 in a pack. You get 5 or 8? You get 8 pieces, 8 in a pack. Look at these bunnies. You could totally cover these with buttons. How cute would that be? And I would probably cover this, I would probably paint this first brown, depending on whatever color you need it to be, but maybe stain it up a little bit. You can even stain it with this ink right here, this incredible ink. That would be a good idea. And then cover it with the buttons, so that whatever like spaces you have left, you don't, whatever you'll see in between, you'll see whatever is beneath it. So if it's a stained bunny, you'll see that stain, which will go perfectly. But maybe it'll go perfectly just the way the color is, you know, or cover with a book page. Or just take some white paint and just roughly dry brush it over it, so it's kind of like peeled paint looking. So those are just some ideas. So I have this many more. I might have more than this. I think this many so far to finish up. And that's what you end up with. Okay? So, you guys, just 1 second. Let me just get these buttons put away so I can kind of have like a nice little collage for you of what we've accomplished. And we've done all this in what? An hour and 10 minutes? And I didn't fast forward it. I did it with you. So we did all that in an hour and 10 minutes. That's fabulous. Okay, so we have, let me put this glue gun on the thing. Where's that going to go? Okay, we have this, right? We have these hearts, the button hearts. We have these hearts. We have this one. Okay, and this one here that we've half done. Okay, so I hope you're inspired to go, when you go to Dollar Tree, make sure that you pick up the bunnies too. You get 8 of them in a pack. It's a fabulous price. Pick up these wooden hearts. Pick up the medium heart. You can also pick up the large one. I'd pick up the large too, because I got another project I'm going to do with the large ones. But you can also do this with the large hearts too. Doesn't make a difference. And I hope you guys have been inspired to do some stuff. Oh, I want to say, this is not just Valentine's. For me, this is also going to go, a lot of it's going to go into my bedroom. And I'm going to keep it in there. Hearts are forever. Hearts are any time of the year. But this is great, vintagey type of Valentine, things for Valentine's to decorate with. But again, this could be all year round, right? So that's what I love, making stuff that can go into a holiday, but then you can use it all year round. So that is it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. Also, if you decide to do this, there's a group where you do this project or any of your projects. I have a group called Our Magical Little Place. Come join the group, and then if you do this project or any projects you do, any crafts you do or art you do, you can post it in the group, and everyone's very nice. So come do that. And that's it. Do something nice for someone today. And remember, my friends, we are more alike than we are not. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.